I want him to be healthy. I want him producing. I want him to be what I believe all of us in this room and everybody listening at home right now believes he can be. But he's not right now. Should the Detroit Lions sign TJ Hockenson to a long-term deal, and if they're not able to sign him, are you nervous about him getting the fifth-year option and what it means for his future in Detroit? Jeff, I'll let you start.
Well, with TJ Hockenson, we kind of, we talked about this in the back of the office a couple days ago as well. And TJ, I like him as a player, obviously, what he brings to the Lions. Health has always been a question for him. In terms of his fifth-year option, I think absolutely. I mean, there's already reports now that they're trying to extend him. There's a different question, though. Would you extend TJ Hockenson for, you're not paying him top 5 tight end money unless he comes out this year and has a career year. But again, that's a guy you got to bring back, at least for his fifth-year option. Give him this year to prove himself. One thing with TJ Hockenson is this was the year for him. He got hurt, had about 10 weeks, wasn't playing well, honestly, through those 10 weeks. But again, he was the number one option on offense. Defenses knew how to focus on him. It was tough for him. But going into next season, you're trying to surround him with more talent on the perimeter, make TJ Hockenson better, and kind of take some of the load off of his shoulders, because that's where the health kind of comes into play. We mention it, we joke about it all the time. TJ Hockenson making diving plays, hitting his head and getting injured. But this year, I think we were having the discussion last year before the season. Where does TJ Hockenson rank among tight ends? We had him right outside the top 5. So in my mind, healthy, TJ has the ability to be in that conversation, but will he? Can he stay healthy? That's the question. So that's why, no question, you give him the fifth-year option, but you wait, I think, to extend him, because in my mind, look at the 2 division winners. AFC, the Titans. Name their tight end. Go. That's what I thought. You can't think of them off the top of your head. Name the NFC winners, like the Green Bay Packers. Name their tight end. Tonyan was injured. Go. All right. So that's what I'm talking about. That's the point.
He's grown so much.
That's the point.
Can I just loll over him? I don't even know the word.
So to summarize
He's so sexy.
Give him the fifth-year option, but don't feel pressure on giving him big money right now. At least let him play out this year, see what he is. That's how I feel about it.
TJ Hockenson's injury history is concerning because it's a concussion history. It's a difficult thing to gauge. And when I look at what tight ends are getting paid, and the premier ones, TJ Hockenson is not a premier tight end. He has premier upside. He has premier intangibles, but he has not delivered yet. And I know you guys get really butthurt when I bring up TJ Hockenson, but it's just the truth. Because he is Eric Ebron. There's no difference between him and Eric Ebron their first 3 years statistically. 40 games each. Hockenson, 1,640 yards. Eric Ebron, 1,497 yards. 12 touchdowns for Hockenson, 7 for Ebron. Neither of them are spectacular by any means.
Right.
And what does that mean? Their catch rate is very similar. If anything, Hockenson has a lower catch rate than the Butterfinger himself. And again, what does that mean? Well, it means you haven't gotten the production of a fifth-year option contractual tight end. Fair? He is not one of the elite tight ends. Mark Andrews is elite. Darren Waller is elite. Travis Kelce. Even George Kittle. You can all love George Kittle. He's a problem right now. Not being able to stay healthy on the field and make impact is a problem for that Niner team. So over 3 seasons, Hockenson averages 3 touchdowns a year. Or 4, excuse me.
Right.
Ebron, roughly 2. Now, again, is TJ Hockenson better than Eric Ebron? Duh. But statistically, there's nothing extremely, oh my goodness, eye-popping separation here. And why I bring that up is you have to understand what you're getting right now. You're getting a guy that's never available. And when he is, he's in and out. He's very inconsistent. And do I have to remind you, his best game was his first ever game in the NFL. And he hasn't come anywhere near that since. Come on. Let's be honest here. This is the concern with TJ Hockenson. He has way more upside than Eric Ebron ever had. TJ Hockenson has the ability to become a top 5 tight end, but he's never available. He's not even producing. And unfortunately for him, even this year, it was a pretty bad year. Anthony Lynn did nobody any favors, to be honest with you. I would have liked to see TJ Hockenson healthy all year to see what he would have looked like under Ben Johnson, but that's now where I'm coming from is I want to see production this year. I want to see significant impact from this tight end. And if he delivers, well, then I am more comfortable delivering and offering a contract. Having said that, even if he does, I still have to take the injury history into consideration. So what am I going to be able to keep him for? That is my concern with TJ Hockenson.
Absolutely. The price.
Oof.
Because what is he going to ask for? Obviously, he's not going to ask for Mark Andrews. At least I expect him to. Who knows? But Travis Kelce money, no. Mark Andrews money, no.
You shouldn't, right? He hasn't earned that money. And also, again, would I prefer the Lions to keep TJ Hockenson and everything works out? Yeah, I would. I'm not happy talking about this morning at all. I want him to be healthy. I want him producing. I want him to be what I believe all of us in this room and everybody listening at home right now believes he can be. But he's not right now. And that's the reality. Oh, do you trade him? No, look. That's a tough decision. And you're going to have to make that decision midway into the year. If he's hurt again, I mean, you're going to have to talk to the agent and figure out, like, dude, we'll give you a deal, but you're going to have to come down a lot.
A lot, yeah.
But, at the end of the day, we'll see how it plays out. But again, Hockenson has never proven he's one of the elites. He was a Pro Bowler, Adam. Yeah, like the fourth fill-in. Dumb shit. He's never had a 1,000-yard season, has he?
No.
Never had double-digit touchdown season, has he?
No. He had the breakout year. You're talking about the Pro Bowl,
He didn't even have a breakout year. It was a breakout game.
It was 700 and something yards and 6 touchdowns.
Pro Bowler. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about TJ Hockenson. I'm wishing him the best. I'm wishing him nothing but health. But Wendy, Ebron was not better. Come on. The point is, he's no different than Ebron in terms of production, availability.
Right.
They've played the same amount of games through 3 seasons in Detroit. And I could argue that Eric Ebron was the third, fourth option on that team, while Hockenson is the first. And yes, one played with Matthew Stafford for all those years, and Calvin Johnson was there, but still, nobody's saying TJ Hockenson isn't better than Eric Ebron. What we're saying this morning is there's a real conversation that must be had. Or we've, again, missed on another player. And again, yes, he does run block. He offers a ton of value. Well, how is he going to run block for me, Jeff, if he's never available on the field?
And not only that, if your main concern is, well, he run blocks, so I want to re-sign him, I think that's where the concern is. Like, you can find those guys.
Sorry, in today's NFL, tight ends are your extension of the wide receiver.
Right.
And if you don't have a tight end that can get you that production, you shouldn't be paying them that kind of money. You know why? Because 7 of the 8 division-winning teams in the NFL this year did not have a 1,000-yard receiving tight end. Travis Kelce was the only one.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce was the only one. The AFC North, who won the division? Oh, CJ Uzomah and the Cincinnati Bengals. Who won the division in the AFC South? Oh, the Tennessee Titans and God knows who.
And they lost Jonnu Smith the offseason prior.
Who won the AFC East? Buffalo Bills. Dawson Knox, I got to say, good tight end.
But he got hurt.
But he's not elite.
Yeah, and he got hurt as well, and they were winning. So,
NFC South, Buccaneers, Rob Gronkowski missed most of the year. But look, Rob is well past his prime. He's still producing.
Right.
But that's not the conversation we're having here. NFC East, Dalton Schultz. NFC West, Tyler Higbee. NFC South. I already did the South. East, West. The NFC North. Tunyon?
But he was hurt all year. Yeah, he was hurt all year. So
no, I'm not saying that you need a tight. Look, you want to tell me run blocking? Fine, has value. You can go find tight ends that can just run block and not pay them $10-12 million a year to do it.
Yeah, your coach was one.
That's the point. So yes, the tight end is now an extension of the wide receiver position. And if you have one, like the Lions do, that can give you both, that is an advantage. Your problem with this tight end is he's never available. That's it. It's not his skill set. It's not his ability. I believe everybody in this room and all of you listening at home believe in this guy.
Yeah.
He's never available. And he's not producing. That is the problem.
And even watching TJ Hockenson this year, and MM brought up a great point. It was a point that I was gonna bring up about TJ and his big playability. Like, he obviously doesn't have the big playability of a Darren Waller, a Travis Kelce, or a George Kittle, or even Mark Andrews for that matter. Those are your top 5 tight ends. So in that case, you want this year. It's got to be a big year for him. It really has to. As of right now, it's hard for me to sit here and say we should extend him, considering what Adam just said, the availability. A lot of things factor into it, but this year's big. He's got to get over 1,000 yards, in my opinion. That's kind of the goal this year. And he can do it with this wide receiver core. It's not, there's not a dominant number one. He can still do it, but there is help along the perimeter. So he's got great hands, and hopefully another year with Jared Goff, he'll pick up right where he left off. But we'll see. It's a big year for him, Adam. It really is. Really make or break.
All right, well, make or break is you better be downtown at the Brass Rail. Hell, forget the Brass Rail. You better be downtown for opening day next Friday.